everybody, it's V again, just saying with V. Okay, I'm back. I know some of you are tired of hearing from me, and I'm sorry, but I've got something to say again. Um, I feel like I'm back maybe somewhere between myths and fairy tales and just good old stories. They are building the wall in and around Washington, D.C. more and more. So the wall's being built, and it's being built and built and built. They feel like they need to protect the wall. If you watch CNN and MSNBC and CBS and ABC, everybody was going to be attacking because it was supposed to be QAnon and all this stuff, because all the Trump supporters were going to just crash in today. So guess what? Nothing happened. Because guess what? Trump supporters are not like that. It was the rioters through the summer that did all that. And in the meantime, while that wall is being built, guess what's happening on the border of the wall that was built, keeping us safe all last year and the years before, where people were told to come in the right way? Those walls are being torn down. But you know what? They're not telling you that. You know why? Because Nancy Pelosi is holding things in the dark. Shh, don't tell anyone. Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning, she's holding meetings. Midnight, she's holding meetings. But the news isn't telling you that. Because guess what? Fake news. So they're just going to talk about the things that they think you should know about, but not the things that you need to know about. So that's kind of like your home. You build a privacy fence because you don't want people knowing what's going on in your yard. And if you're not concerned, you let the fence down. So that means that if you've got the real news, you'd have known that they have got in Texas, at the facility that they claimed was so awful, has already been filled to maximum capacity, where they're lying on the news telling you that we are being very careful and we are just telling them not to come, wait, but yet they've let them in. They've got them filled to maximum capacity at Texas and other places because they can't contain them. And they've got a lot of children being here because they've told them that if you are coming in as a family, we're going to go ahead and let you be released. So guess what? They're up in New Jersey, New York, and we're in a COVID problem, but they don't care. We're trying to get America good. And the children they're keeping in the places that are the same places that Trump built, that they call bad, but they're good for Biden. They're teaching them, their children are being taught, or your kids are not being taught at school. No, because it's unsafe for your kids to go to school, because the teacher unions want money for themselves, not to give your kids a better education, just for themselves. So my personal opinion, get rid of the unions for the teachers. Let the teachers that really want to teach, that really have a heart for the kids, let them do what they want to do and get back to teaching. The ones that don't, like that ones that got caught saying what they were saying, like resign from the board, let's fire them and get the good teachers back in there. Teachers like I had when I grew up, that were really there for the kids that taught. But that's another story. Okay, next thing. So there goes the story of like when we were in school about the wall, the two different stories, good and bad, kind of like light and dark. You know, when you were growing up, the boogeyman was in the dark and light was good. It's kind of like what they're trying to do now with their new bills. They want to bring the good things and put them in the dark and bring the dark things out. That's just my opinion, but that's how it kind of feels like. I think that our gun rights should be kept where they are, because we've got thousands and thousands and thousands of people coming in here, where there have been some representatives that are afraid to walk out into their people on the border, afraid to go out and feed their cattle because they don't know who's coming across this border. You don't know who's coming across this border. I worked for, I'm not going to say where, but I worked somewhere where I saw ICE people that took away criminals that had warrants and take them back. Those people are allowed to come back. I know of personal cases that affected people I know, of rapists and people that should not be here, that have the right to come back now and walk in. And you know as well as I do, they're not checking those people. They're not checking to see who they are. They could be coming in here. You don't know the first thing about them. And people like us, they want us to be afraid. That's why they're building that wall. They want you to be afraid. They want you to worry. They want you to be afraid to walk out on your street and to say anything, to do anything. And by golly, if you even so much as mention the word Trump, or mention the word conservative, or mention the word rights for guns, or it's going to come to a point you're going to be afraid to even say Christian. And then if you're really a Christian, that could cause a lot of problems for you, because the Bible says, if you're ashamed of me, I'll be ashamed of you. Is it going to get that bad? Are you going to be that ashamed? This is just where it's heading, folks. The boogeyman's coming out of the dark, and he's wanting to put the good people in the dark. He's wanting to shove us down. We can't be afraid. It's going to take people like us to make these videos. People like us to stand out and say, I'm not afraid to say. I mean, I didn't vote. I'm not marked Republican or Democrat. I'm independent. I vote according to my morals. But I'm a Christian, and I'm not afraid to stand up and say when something's wrong. And I'm telling you guys, it's wrong. This what's going on is wrong. How people want to live their life, that's their choice. All I'm told to do is preach the gospel, live my life right, teach my kids right, and every person's accountable for themselves. I can only lead by example. And if someone asks me something, I'm going to be honest. You ask me a question, I'm going to be honest. But I'm not going to be ashamed. I'm not going to be ashamed of who I am. I'm not going to be ashamed of what I believe. And I'm not going to be ashamed to say if something's wrong. You guys, we can't be. We've got to stand up and back the people that are speaking up for us. And if they're not speaking up for us, get them out. Get them out. And get the people that are willing to have the backbone to do it for us. Because it's tired of being in fairy tale land and myth land. You know, back when you were in school, you read of Zeus and all mythology. Well, those people up on Capitol Hill, they're living that. They're thinking they can change this world, change America. That's not what we were. That's not what we are. We are brothers and sisters, all races, all nationalities. Yes, we welcome people, but they got to do it the right way. They got to do it the way they're supposed to. Come to America, but come in the right way. We've got veterans that fought to make America right, fought to give us the right to vote, to give us the right to be who we are, to stand on 2 feet, to carry the guns, to have the things we have, the businesses we have, the lives we have. Every day that you wake up to be able to walk that street and know that you're supposed to walk that street and know that you can walk that street and not be afraid. And they're living on the street, and they're letting these people come in and give them free food and clothing and medical stuff, and putting them up in hotels. Well, we got veterans and families living on the street because they have no jobs now. They have nowhere to live, nothing. I saw on the news the unemployment rates went up because of all this. But yet they're giving these people everything, put them up in hotels. I see veterans on the street. Why aren't they offering them hotels? Why aren't they telling those people, hey, I'm sorry, you got to go back. We got to take care of our own first. We've got people living everywhere on the streets, families. I'm sorry, I have nothing against letting people come into America and starting a life. I have nothing against it. Please don't get me wrong. but make them do it the right way. And let's take care of the ones that fought for our country. Let's take care of the people that are in the lower poverty areas that need our help. Let's take care of people that have served their sentences. Maybe when they were young, they were, in their 20s and they robbed a store, and all they know, they come out and they have no family, and they need their life and need some help, and they come out with nothing. And we throw them out on the street when they need a helping hand to turn their life around. Let's help them. Let's show them some respect too. Let's help our own first. I'm sorry. And maybe some of you don't agree with me, but I'm sorry. America needs to take care of America first. Let's keep working on getting our own better. Let's get our jobs back up. And let's worry about just taking care of our own. And this 1.9 trillion or whatever bill, let's take care of our own. We don't need to fix museums. You know how much, you could take and give everybody in the world $1 million and take care of everybody with that instead of put it towards a museum. I'm sorry, you guys up there on Capitol Hill, you got it all wrong. And someone needs to give them a good swift kick in the, it's how my grandfather used to say. But we need to stand up. We need to start speaking out and get people, whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Liberal, whatever, get the people in office. Let's start on the low and get up to the high. Let's get them working. Let's do what's good for us. Either that or our country's gone. Right now, we look like we're in El Salvador or something. And let's not be afraid to speak out. That stuff, we got to stand together. This country was founded on God in America, whether you're a Christian or not. I'm sorry. The principles may not be everything. You don't have to believe in God. That's your choice. But whether you believe on him or not, the principles he's got are pretty good. It's love one another. He's founded on love. He said the greatest of these is love. And we can love people and we can help them, yes. But it's got to start at home first. And that's all I'm saying. And I'm saying, people, just open your eyes. Let's quit living back in the days of fairy tales and myths. And let's see what's really going on. And let's stand out, step out, speak out. Who cares what the morning talk show people say? Or some old actor or some washed up singer has to say? Let's listen to our hearts and do what's right. Let's speak out and stand together as Americans. Because that's what we are. American. Let's look out for America first. Just saying. Love y'all till next time.